Oh, oh, oh. ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं यो अन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्ताम् सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। समचरण सरोजम् सान्द्रनीलाम्बुदाभम् जघननिहितपाणिम् मण्डनं मण्डनानाम् तरुणतुलसीमालां कन्धरं कञ्जनेत्रं सदयधवलहासं विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि. Pranams to the God. Pranams to all the Mahatmas in tonight's Eknathi Bhagawat session. We are in chapter 7 and we have completed 345 Ovis. We are going to start from verse number 33. Any background sounds you are hearing of people or anything? Okay. Today I have to sit outside because there's nobody in the house with the new पृथिवी वायुराकाशम् आपोऽग्निश्चन्द्रमा रविः कपोतो जगरः सिन्धुः पतङ्गो मधुकृद्गजः मधुहा हरिणो मीनः पिङ्गलाकुररोर्भकः कुमारी शरकृत्सर्पः पूर्णनाभिः सुपेशकृत्. Meaning of the verse: the earth, the air, the sky, water, fire, the moon, and the sun. The doe, the boa constrictor, the sea, the moth, the honeybee, the elephant, the honey gatherer, the deer, the fish, Pingala, a prostitute, the osprey, the infant, the maiden, the forger of arrows, the spider, and the bhringa. Bhringa, a kind of wasp, honeybee. So, what is this all? So, this is all gurus. If you see the last step, some important persons and beings whom I regarded as my gurus. So from there we are continuing. So the list, whatever it is, the guru list. 346. Oh wait. I shall tell you the names of all my gurus. They are 24. I'm telling you their names slowly, which please hear from me. The earth, the air, the sky, the fire, the water, the moon of cool light, the sun, the dove is the eighth. 348. The boa constrictor, the sea, the moth, the honeybee, the elephant, the bhringa, the blue beetle, the deer, the fish, the prostitute by name Pingala. 9. 349. The osprey, the child, the maiden, the blacksmith, the maker of the arrows, the serpent, the spider, and the wasp. 350. In order to reach the 25th principle, which is God, one has to worship the 24 gurus. By discrimination and common sense, we should worship our gurus. 351. In order to arrive at self-knowledge by using the discrimination day and night, I regarded many things as my gurus, and this I did for my own welfare. 352. Please listen in detail which guru was worshipped by me, by which thought, and for which of his qualities. एते मे गुरवो राजन् चतुर्विंशतिराश्रिताः शिक्षावृत्तिभिरेतेषाम् Anvashikshamihatmanaha. Meaning of the verse. Okay, these 24 have been accepted by me as preceptors. I have learnt from the conduct of these all that I had to learn in this life for my good. OB 353. O King of great power, whose aura of brilliant, wide, discriminative power is very auspicious, I have told you the number of my gurus as they are. 354. From their conduct, I learned the attitudes and behavior in my own life, and therefore, dropping all the illusions and doubts, I reached the state of Atman. Yato yadanu shikshami yatha vanahushatmaja tantatha purushavtyagra nibodha kathayami te. Meaning of the verse. You, the tiger of a man, the grandson of Nahusha, whatever I have learned, I will tell you. Please listen and understand. 355. Yayati was the son of Nahusha, and Yadu was the son of Yayati. Thus, Yadu was called the son of Nahusha, that is the history. 356. Thus, Avadhuta said, O Nahusha Nandana, you are the lion among the men. You are very clever. I'm going to tell you about various gurus. 357. I definitely picked up the quality of each guru. I'm going to tell you everything. Please pay attention. 358. In order to listen to various qualities of the gurus, Yadu became all ears by his body, or by his whole body, and merging his mind in the meaning he listened with attention. 359. Leaving the word behind, his mind entered into the meaning, and by dropping all doubts, he began to experience everything that he heard. Bhutairakramyamanopi thiro daivavashanugaihi tatvidvam na chalen margat antvashikshangshiter vratam. Meaning of the verse. From the earth, I learnt that a man of courage who is intelligent should not deviate from his determined path, even though he is attacked by all the beings by the turn of events according to the destiny. 360. The spiritual path, in the spiritual path, the seeker must have peaceful mind, and therefore I regarded earth as my guru to achieve peaceful mind. 361. The earth is guru in three ways. It teaches by example a mountain, a tree, and the ground. When we adopt the good qualities of these three, naturally earth becomes our guru. 362. The inner control of mind is peace. The control of the outer organs is Dante. And the power of forbearance in and out is the quality of Shanti, which is the quality of forgiveness, for which I regarded earth as my guru. 363. People all over the world try to possess this earth, saying, this is my land, this is my land, and divide it into parts by their own ideas. 364. The earth tolerates the variations and differences of these beings, but does not become divided and maintains its wholeness without break. 365. Similar is the attitude of the yogis, who maintain their unity in the Brahman, though they are active in their life in many fields. They are expected to be so. 366. Yogis and seekers know that they are in all beings as Atman, though all the beings meet their destiny according to their karma in various ways. Therefore, they do not suffer from dualities. 367. The earth is worshipped at one place or dirtied with excretas at another place, but it never bothers to be annoyed or pleased, whatever may fall upon it. 368. The beings are born out of the earth. They either worship or make nuisance on it, but earth remains alone, still in its nature. 369. Similarly, when the yogi meets good or bad environment, he maintains his unity with the universe and the creatures and does not become disturbed. 370. Now I will tell you, O king, the extraordinary peace of the earth by adopting which the saints have become masters of the path of devotion. 371. People scorch earth by fire. They poke and dig it by plow. They kick it by their feet, and it is dug and swept by people. 372. Not taking these actions as a crime or an insult, The earth is always happy and it gives rich crops and satisfies the people. 373. For achieving this peace in my own mind, I considered earth as my guru. O king, the lord of the earth, please hear from me about the state of extreme peace. 374. If somebody gives trouble to a person and that person forgives the troublemaker, conniving in at the insult, conniving at the insult, it cannot be called a real peace. 375. The sugar cane is sweet for one who cuts it. It gives sweetness to the weapon also. And even by crushing and boiling the juice, it gives more sweetness to those who crush it. 376. Thus, when the person sustains all the troubles within him, and yet tries to help those persons, that peace is worth the name, because that man has no sense of separateness. 377. From the earth, I learned that one should digest all insults and try to help others. Mountains are other examples. Shashvat parartha sarveha pararthaikanta sambhavaha sadhu shiksheta bhubhrittah nagashishya paratmata. Meaning of the verse. Wise man should learn from the mountain that, like a mountain, all its movement should ever be guided by helpful attitude, and that his birth is solely intended for others. Similarly, as a disciple of a tree, he should learn submission to the will of others. 378. The mountains which are part of the earth were also regarded by me as my guru. Please listen to what things I learned from them. 375. All the gems, grass, water, and various other things are held by the mountain, with it only for the benefit of others. 380. It does not order anybody, nor prevents anybody. It does not send away anybody by being bored. It gives everything to everybody according to their wish. 381. By the end of the hot summer season, there is a drought everywhere. But the mountain does not hesitate in giving whatever it has, and the god immediately gives to the mountain all the plenty by downpour of rain. 382. The more a person gives to others many things with great joy, the more the Lord of the world gives in return plenty of things without hesitating at all. That is the wonderful thing of Achyuta. 383. People do not recognize that God bestows everything, and therefore they have doubts in their minds and therefore suffer from poverty. 384. Thus, the very foundation of the mountain is for obliging others. It has no other thought in its mind except helping others. 385. The seeker must have generosity, just like the mountain, and he should have enthusiasm in his body, speech, and mind, even while giving all his possessions. 386. He should even by slightest action oblige others all the time and should be ready to help others even by rejecting any great chance of gaining big amounts. 387. He should, dropping all thoughts of selfishness, rush even to difficulties in order to help others. 388. By looking at him, one should feel that charity has taken a human form or sense of obliging has taken a definite shape. The seeker should be totally dedicated to help others right from his birth. 389. Just as sugarcane is sweet to all, similarly, the yogi should be sweet to all in the matter of helping others. 390. Just as there are brooks coming out of mountain, the yogi should have flowing sources of helpfulness, and they should bless the whole world by actual help, not knowing any time to be dried up. 391. Leaving the narrow-mindedness away, the mountain remains alone himself with courage, appearing as if the very image of altruism. 392. So, I regarded the mountain as my guru. Now please listen to what I learned from the tree. 393. I learned from the tree that in every situation, at every time, by every thought, and feeling and body also, we should be submissive to the will of others. 394. The tree is lenient to the man who nurtures and grows it, and equally submissive to the man who comes to cut it. 395. Similarly, yogi should be obedient equally to the men who respectfully carry him in a palki and to the man that is carrying him for execution. 396. Dropping the pride of his body, the yogi becomes friendly to everybody, feeling that as the Atman he is the universe, and therefore he agrees with whatever people say or order him. 397. He feels that he is all the things and the seeker is not affected or disturbed by anything and obeys the word of anybody in a mood of natural contentment. 390. He thinks that whatever happiness or sorrow comes to his lot is according to the destiny. He thinks that all people are for him, nobody else except Atman, and therefore he is very submissive. 399. From the tree, thus I learned leniency to others by seeing that all people and myself are one. 400. One more thing I learned from the tree, and that is to serve the guests with all our might. 401. Whenever anybody approaches the tree does not neglect him. The tree gives him whatever he wants, the leaves, the fruits, the flowers, the roots, the shadow, the wood, and the bark also. 402. The tree gives equal satisfaction to both the persons, one who nurtures it and one who wants to cut it. It offers the flowers and fruits to both. 403. The tree becomes a source of fulfillment of desires to all who want something from it. Similarly, the sage satisfies the seekers who want something by his speech, money, physical health, and mental health. 404. Not to turn away the guest is the great virtue of a sage. He gives them food, water, money, happiness, whatever is possible. 405. I learn from the tree that whenever somebody wants something from me, I should not deny it to him. This wisdom arose in me by thinking deeply and wisely about the behavior of the tree. 406. Thus, the earth became my guru. My second guru is the wind. O king, please listen. Whatever I understood from the behavior of the wind. 407. The wind became my guru in two ways. One as my own breath and the other as an environmental way. Pranavrityaiva santutyen munir nairvedriya priyaihi jnanai yathana nashyeta navakiryeta vangmanaha. Meaning of the verse. An ascetic should remain satisfied with bare need similar to our life breath, and should not pamper his senses by objects of pleasure. He should so manage that his cognitive faculty may not be lost through starvation, nor he should indulge himself in such a way that his speech and mind may be deteriorated. 408. He does not become proud, just as the breath does not get attached to the objects, nor does it boast of having enjoyed the objects. 409. By the force of breath, hunger is increased and one becomes very much disturbed, and the body, speech, and mind and organs become weak. 410. The prana, the vital force, requires food for strength, and it does not bother whether that food is sweet or not. 411. Similarly, yogi also does not become proud. He receives the objects needed to carry on his living, but he is not crazy about them. 412. Whether a simple bread is available or highly delicious food is available, he does not become a slave to his tongue. 413. He takes food enough to maintain the strength of the organs and enough to prevent backlog in his acquisition of knowledge. 414. By life breath, there is enough strength in the organs and the body functions, but the breath does not become caught in the activities of the body. It is always aloof. 415. The yogi is in a similar condition. He performs all actions but does not get ensnared in the actions of the body. So, he is not affected by the body's condition. 416. The vital breath is kind and having equal regard for all the bodies. It does not love one body and discard body of lower animals, of bears, dogs, etc. It enters them all and maintains their activities. 417. Similarly, the mind of a yogi does not do partiality regarding the karma action, whether it is of higher level or of lower category. He has equally kind attitude towards the higher or lower people. 418. It does not show narrow mindedness of helping the body of a king and neglecting the body of a man of the low caste who is poor. It is pure in everybody. 419. The prana, the vital wind in the body, has various names. Example, prana, apana, samana, udana, and vyana, which functions in all the joints of the body. But though it functions in the different parts of the body, prana itself is one force only. 420. Similarly, the yogi does not change his attitude, though a person may be of a high rank or a low rank in the society, nor does it discriminate between the virtuous and otherwise. 421. The vital breath within the body does not have enmity with the environmental wind. Similarly, the yogi has the same relationship with the inner things and the outer things. विषयेष्वा विशन् योगी नानाधर्मेषु सर्वतः गुणदोषव्यपेतात्मा न विषज्जेत वायुवत् पार्थिवेष्विह देहेषु प्रविष्टस्तद्गुणाश्रयः गुणैर्न युज्यते योगी गन्धैर्वायुरिवात्मदृक्. Meaning of the verses. Though moving among all objects which have different qualities, a yogi should not get himself attached to them. Just as the external air, his mind not being affected by the merits or demerits. Although clothed in earthly bodies in the mortal world and seemingly affected by the shape, etc., an ascetic who has his eyes fixed on the self is not endowed with those qualities, just as the air is not affected by the various kinds of smell which are produced by the particle of the dust of the earth. 422. A wise person should achieve unity of attitude inside and out, like the air. His mind should have clarity and balance of thought, both inwardly and outwardly in the society. 423. Avadhuta further said, I've told you the qualities of the vital breath up to now, and I will now tell you the qualities of the atmospheric wind. 424. The wind touches everything and blows far without being attached to anything. Similarly, the yogi moves among all objects but remains aloof. 425. Though he is with his senses and organs of activity, and though he is surrounded by all sorts of articles and beings, his state of consciousness does not get spoiled by good or bad qualities of anything. 426. Though he is using clothes, sandal paste, or company of a woman, or smelling fragrant flowers of a garland, he is unattached to the objects, just like the wind. 427. Just as when a net is being moved by the wind does not get caught by the net. Yogi may enjoy any number of objects, but he is not caught in them. 428. The wind is having contact with many fragrances, but it blows away alone, without halting to enjoy the good smells. 429. Similarly, at the level of Atman, the yogi is always abiding in every being, and as it is natural, he partakes of the limits and the qualities of those bodies but remains free. 430. Just as the wind is having fragrance derived from aromatic things, it does not become adhered to that aroma. The yogi also does not become bound by the gunas as he is free as Atman. 431. Okay, I shall tell you about the complete state of Atman. Please listen. This state is just like the sky, which is untouched by everything. Hello, I think we can pause over here and then wait eagerly for tomorrow to hear this beautiful thing of what is the complete state of Atman. Such lovely examples have come. The one thing what came to my mind while reading was we all experience wind, we all walk on the earth, but we never saw the earth and the wind or water in the way Maharaj is seen. We took it for granted. We can stand. We don't see that the Prithvi is having so much of kshama, tolerance, forgiveness for all that we do to her, nor that water, nor that wind. So I felt like to see that quality. So that's why we need saints in life to see what we are receiving things but we are not valuing. So I felt these were like the eye openers. And the saint is saying that it is like his guru. A saint is learning. Seeing this, if a saint is learning from all these, means later on we will be seeing from Pingala and all also, like a prostitute also. He said, because it's mentioned. But all these things are pointing that the things that we are taking for granted. What if one day it is not available? What would be our reaction? It is like if you are cutting vegetables and suppose the finger gets cut, and then you put maybe one plaster over it, one band-aid over it, and then you have to stick your finger out like this and do the remaining. Then you realize, okay, the shape of whatever you were cutting is not in the same way as it would have been. You would do the job, but there is an inconvenience. Or while combing, it will get stuck in, or anything. Or then you suddenly remember the importance of this particular finger, which is cut at that time. Otherwise, it's going on. So I felt all these verses were so very beautiful and uh, giving us the vision of what we need to see, and to see, because we segregate very easily. This is positive, this is negative, and it's easy to shun away the negative, whatever, a person or a character or anything. But to see good into that and what it is teaching, and to take what it. So that was like a expanding and a broadening vision for me. Hari Om. Now, anybody wants to comment and give your thoughts, please share.
I like
Yeah,
the
well, I
verse
mean,
405.
sorry, go ahead.
I like the verse 405 about the tree. Uh, what has been learned from the tree? It's really good. I learned from the tree that whenever somebody wants something from me, I should not deny it to him. So it's like tree is just giving to anybody, even to the person who cuts them. So I was really touched by that verse.
Ganesha, you were saying something.
Yeah, I also like that one because I think, uh, all temples originated around these giving trees, right? I mean, they offer shade to anybody who's going through heat, or um, on a hot day or a rainy day, you've always had an umbrella around you. And so I think tree is really beautiful. And I think the sugarcane shloka was so much like the Brahmarpanam, right? Because so that was the other one. And I think basically he's beginning to touch on the Panchabhutas. And I remember Swami Abhidananda ji telling us on that Bhagavad Gita camp कि तुम लोग रोज पैर रखते हो धरती पे और ध्यान नहीं देते हो धरती के भी मंत्रा होते हैं एंड देखो कितना सपोर्ट मिलता है नीचे से कभी ध्यान देते हो and that's so true. We even take standing on that material that is supporting us, besides all the minerals that come from Mother Earth, right? We are all, without those minerals, we are nothing. So truly, to recognize these not just inanimate, but these things around us, like you said about the finger being cut. In organizational frameworks, IT infrastructure is taken so for granted, right? The staff who maintain the infrastructure for keeping computers and the internet and everything operational, and then the day it doesn't work, everybody has complaints, right? So true.
So beautiful.
I felt if he's learning from everything which is around him, not from this, that, whichever he's seeing, he's learning good from it and observing it.
Yes.
A minute thing or a bigger thing, it makes no difference. If there is a good, learn from it. Take it.
Yeah, I think that's so true, Nikhila. I mean, the power of receiving, the ability to receive from the universe. I mean, it's there for all of us, but how many of us just tune ourselves to receiving from every experience, right? It's really beautiful.
Sajid you want to add anything?
Yeah, wonderful verses like nature always gives without any expecting anything in return, like the sun, the earth, the wind, all. I mean, there is so much to get from them. So
Okay. So we pause over here. And then tomorrow we continue from verse 42. Tomorrow, who has taken the turn? I'll be in the travel, but I'll manage somehow. Might be a disturbance. Where we have halted today, in 2016, on 15th March, I halted. The date is mentioned over there. So that, and now in the bracket second, so that time probably was the second reading or something. Same place, yeah, but later. Let's see in today's session. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Hello everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you,
See you
Varsha.
tomorrow.
Thank you, Varshaji.
Thank you. See
Hari
you.
Om.
Hari Om.